Hi, my
Hello.
name is Aline. Hello. I am a psychiatric nurse practitioner. I graduated with my doctoral degree in 2023. And coming out of that, it was very, very confusing, very scattered, right? I was worried about how long it was going to take me to find a job. I was waiting for my licenses to go through. And then I found Lindsay, and she was offering this MP boot camp. And I was so excited to finally have another nurse practitioner that was gearing something towards new grads or anybody that's been in the field for a long period of time and was looking for a collaborative friendly network where you could feel comfortable in asking any questions that you had, whether it was business related, CPT codes, pharmaceutical questions, or just the elements of psychiatry. Lindsay put together this wonderful boot camp that met every week. And if you didn't have a chance to go to the class that week, she recorded the class and made it. You still made you a part of the collaborative team in this boot camp, where you could go back and you could watch the videos over and over, which were very, very, very useful for me to be able to go back and reference these videos. The other thing that I loved about the boot camp was all of the resources that she gave me templates for the psychiatric assessment. She gave me templates for follow up. She gave me templates for medication. She gave me templates for medication patient education. It really was a very well rounded, um, one and all resource for everything that a nurse practitioner might need. And the other wonderful thing about how Lindsay does her boot camps is that when she finds an NP that may have like an expertise or a specialty in an area, she is all about promoting that person. Even if it's, say, I came into the class of boot camp and she knew that I know ego state therapy and somebody had a question about that, she has no problem directing, sharing the platform with other people that have uh, other information that others may not in this field. It was very collaborative, very welcoming. I feel very comfortable there. And even though I did her boot camp back in October of last year, I am still doing consultations with her. I am still learning. I am still collaborating. It's not like a one and done. She checks on you. She'll text you during the week. Hey, how's everything going? Do you need any questions? If I needed to ask her something on text message or in email, she gets back right away. She really, really is striving for the success of other nurse practitioners. And I would highly, highly recommend the Nurse Practitioner Boot Camp by Lindsay Hill. And yeah, I think that it's one of the best decisions that I've made. So when I got out of school, actually, I was trying to find a job, but I had already had clients that I was doing psychotherapy with, so I couldn't just stop. So I that's how I ended up with the independent practice part of it, where I was signing up with like Hello Alma and stuff like that. That was very nerve wracking. That wasn't what I really wanted to do. I was having trouble finding a job because I was a new grad. Even though people were saying, "Oh, you have great knowledge and everything," it's just the length of time that I had been practicing. So I ended up working with substance use disorder, which was right up my alley because I had already been working with alcohol use disorder, and that was part of my dissertation. So my supervising physician, she's working at a place called the Recovery Care, and that's where I started working as part of a group practice as well as my independent practice. So I had that going on that was also being supervised, and Lindsay helped with that independent practice part. She really helped give me the confidence, and when I would consult with her with clients that I was what I was doing with psychotherapy and with medication management, she really held my hand and helped me through those first couple of patients with prescribing. I can remember the first time I prescribed the medication. It took me a couple of hours to do it. And Lindsay was the first person I called and was like, I'm about to do this antidepressant, but I'm nervous. I actually dissociated out. completely. And then I called Lindsay and she said, "Oh, the same thing happened to me." And she made me feel so, so normal. She made me feel normal about my first time prescribing on my own. She was an invaluable resource in helping me and guiding me through um, working with a group practice, but also managing my independent practice as well, and giving me that support that I needed to show me that the decisions that I were making were the correct decisions, and that I was doing I was doing okay.
That's great. How long have you been practicing now?
I've been practicing now for, let's see, October, August of this year, or no, July, August of this year will make 2 years practicing.
Okay. And financially speaking, how are you doing on that front as a psych NP?
Financially speaking, I'm doing really well. The challenges that I find are my own gains of trying to get myself out of debt, right? But as well, it am I supporting myself? Am I paying? Yes, absolutely. I absolutely am. If I was not so focused on, paying down debt really quick, then I probably would have quite the savings. So it has been proven to be a quite successful endeavor for sure.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about your niche because you have a very unique niche, I think, that a lot of people are very interested in.
Yeah. So I focus on complex trauma and dissociation from across the spectrum, the DID down to regular dissociation. I do medication management and I work with populations of ADHD, autism, complex trauma, bipolar, like schizophrenia as well, EMDR, ego state, parts work, mentalization therapy for personality disorders, um, and somatic type of psychotherapy. I myself is ADHD and autistic, so that's probably the reason why the bulk of my patients are neurodivergent. So not only do I do medication management, but I also do psychotherapy. So it's a full faceted care.
That's really cool. Yeah, I loved how you've always really emphasized the psychotherapy aspect. I think that's
Yeah.
really important and sometimes underutilized, undervalued. So I love that you're a big proponent of that. Do you teach too?
I used to. I used to teach over at University of San Francisco, but I let that go so that I could focus on my independent practice a little bit more.
Yeah.
I do love teaching, but I think that every client that I get is they're also getting an education. I'm really big on that psychoeducation. So I guess I'm doing it still every day, just with the patient.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome. Thank you for
Sure. I am getting certified. I am working on my certification for EMDR and ego state therapy.
Oh,
I
that's great.
I've almost got those certifications completed.
That's awesome. So do you think you'll be doing quite a bit of EMDR in your private practice?
Oh, I do it almost every day. Yeah,
That's what I
EMDR.
thought.
Yep, it's an integrated process. My dissertation was, alcohol use disorder, the importance on the concurrent treatment of therapy and medication management. So, substance use disorder, working at Aware for year and a half, 2 years, really helped me with my medication management skills, but also seeing how important that concurrent treatment is between psychotherapy and medication management, whether it's depression or
Yeah.
anxiety or substance use disorder. In the beginning, when the somatic part of it, the in the body experience is so big and so unbearable, these medications really act as a buffer while you're going through the psychotherapy. And then hopefully by the end of the treatment, sometimes people come off of their medication
Right.
because the symptoms have reduced because of the therapy portion of it, the healing portion. It's
That's
really,
really cool.
yeah, it's a beautiful process to watch unfold.
I love that. I love that. Okay.